But that noise, that V8 noise is just such intoxicating noise. Love this car, the way they all drive. Just the V8s are good morning, welcome back to the channel. This is Peter. Today, pretty excited to get behind the wheel of this 2023 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack Wide Body Shakedown Edition. Now, I'm very excited to get behind the wheel of this pre-owned Challenger because this one here is equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission. I've never been behind the wheel of a manual Challenger and wanted to bring you guys just a quick review and see how this Challenger drives. But before we go on, I want to give a big shout out and a big thank you to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this Dodge Challenger. Big thank you to my friend Tim, and I'm going to put all their information and a link to the website in the description below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here we have this 2023 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack Wide Body Shakedown Edition. This is probably one of the many editions that Dodge did for this last year, the last call as they call it. Of course, as you guys know, they're not building any more of this muscle cars, no more Challengers, no more Chargers, and unfortunately that's the way it is. Now, of course, we got the new electrified Charger coming along. That will have also a inline 6 twin turbo engine, a gas engine as well, but of course nobody's really looking forward to a electric muscle car, at least not me. I love the way, you know, this thing sounds and just the way they feel with a gas engine. Now, I wanted to bring you guys just a quick review of this Challenger here, this special Challenger. This one here is pretty much a fully loaded model that was pricey sticker just under $70,000. You know, this one here is pre-owned. It's got just under 10,000 miles, and the asking price is basically about $57,000. I did find the original sticker, and we'll check it out once we're inside and we'll talk about it. But this one here, as you can see, this one here is finished off in pitch black, which is a really cool different name for this color. Now, of course, over here being the Shaker edition, we got a little bit of a different styling. We got some graphics too with the red line. As you can see, they're kind of go all across the car. This pitch black looks pretty cool. It's kind of interesting the way Dodge names their colors. I really like it. Now, if you guys watched my channel recently, I did do another review of another Challenger that was a swinger edition done in F8 green with the gold wheels. Basically the same car, just with a different theme. Really cool the way. I actually like that one much better. That one was equipped with basically the 8-speed CF automatic transmission. This one here is a manual, which I really want to see how this drives. It's got a Tremec manual, but even though this one here, the theme of this one is pretty cool. As you can see, you got the 392 badge. We got, of course, the red calipers, and of course here in the back, you come around here, we got the Shakedown name here on the spoiler. As you can see, this one here, as I mentioned, is pretty much a fully loaded car. We got the high performance adaptive shock suspension on this one. Huge Brembo brakes. As you can see, we got the 4-piston calipers painted in red here on this one. And you got 305mm Pirelli P0s all around, basically a square setup on this car. Huge wheel and tire package. Here to the front, we got the 392 badge right there, as you can see there. We got here in the front, same wheel and tire package. This is kind of a Mac Mate wheels, which I love the design of this wheel. 6-piston calipers from Brembo. We got a 2-piece rotor here that is 15.7 inches in diameter, which is a pretty cool, pretty good size. A lot of brakes. Of course, these are not lightweight cars. These things are around 4,300 pounds, if I'm correct. But definitely an awesome car to see. You can see really cool design, and of course this one has got the shaker hood. We got a really nice front splitter here, as you can see in the front. This one, part of the shaker package or the shakedown package, you also get this hood pins as well to kind of hold on the hood. And of course we got the really nice front splitter, as you can see, with HID lights. Pretty awesome looking cars. You can see they're pretty nice what Dodge did. And of course this is one of the last, or one of their many versions of this cars for the last call for 2023. And coming here to the back of this Challenger, as you can see, we got the key with us here. Pretty nice. This isn't really key. We're just gonna go and do a quick overall check of the trunk over here. As you can see, guys, we're seeing the trunk here, and we got, as you can see, we got the Shakedown decal right there, backup camera. And as you can see, guys, pretty decent trunk. I think it's about 8 or 9 cubic feet of space. Not a lot of trunk space, but got some floor mats right there for this trunk. And then we have just the battery and nothing else on here, no spare, nothing like that. This is pretty much the way this Challengers come. Pretty good size. It's a big car, but pretty much a small trunk. But you don't buy these cars for storage, you buy them for, you know, performance. But there you go, guys. You can see there's a trunk version, and we got a really nice spoiler as well on this Shakedown edition. And of course you see also the graphics right there that come all the way down here in the back. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Hemi engine. But of course we gotta go and get our pins down out of here. We gotta get this raised up and just kind of get our pins out before we continue in opening up the hood of this Challenger. Let's go ahead and raise the hood, and we got there's a little knot here. There we go. Raise this up. We got hydraulic assistance. Thank you, Dodge. As you can see, guys, here we have the shaker hood, which you can got the name right there. But here we have the heart of the beast. We have a 6.4 liter Hemi normally aspirated V8. 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque, going through a 6-speed Tremec manual transmission in this car. As I mentioned, you can get also 8-speed automatic CF. but this is the reason I wanted to drive this Challenger, to see and experience the 6-speed manual version of this cars. Awesome engine, guys. Of course, if you want more power, you got to head down to the Hellcat version, the 6.2 liter Hellcat versions with about 770 horsepower, if I'm correct. And there's a lot of variations, of course, through there. As you can see, this engine is pretty cool. We got a kind of like an aftermarket performance intake, but lots of displacement. This cannot beat, you know, what cubic inches feel and the way they sound. I'm surely gonna miss all these engines. Of course, we gotta take care of these engines in this cars, because obviously, you know, a lot of people, a lot of the wrong people get their hands on these cars, and they're, you know, they're wrecking them, destroying them, sliding them the way it shouldn't, and just not caring for them. But hopefully we can save some of these cars. But an awesome engine overall, guys. Let me know what you think of this Hemi. And but there we go, guys. There's a power plant of this. Let's go ahead and bring down the shaker hood, and there we go. Taking a quick look at the interior of this Shakedown version of the Challenger. As you can see, guys, we got a really nice interior. We got a mix of Alcantara with the Napa leather, and of course, a little bit of leather here, and the contrast stitching. You can see the red stitching on this one. As you can see, we got the Shakedown badging right there on the air vent, and you can see, guys, pretty cool interior. We got the bubble bee right there, all Alcantara here. As you can see there, we get the Napa here on the side, and this one here has got the red, they call it demonic red seat belts as well, which is pretty cool option. And this car, I think, is part of the Shakedown version that comes with. We also got some carbon fiber trim on this one. This, as I mentioned, this is a much pretty fully loaded car. Got a lot of options in this one, and but it's a pretty cool, it's probably outdated, but it's still a pretty cool interior overall. And I apologize for that noise if you hear that truck in the background, guys, but there we go, guys. Pretty cool interior. Let's go ahead and, guys, and get to the driver's seat, and let's go ahead and check out the driver's side of this Dodge Challenger. Now, as you can see, guys, we got the same thing as the other side. Of the passenger side, we got controls for your windows and mirrors. Got a little bit of a cubicle just for basically a water bottle, a couple of basically 2 memory modes for your seats. Yeah, these are awesome seats. Plenty of bolstering here on the side. We got the bumblebee right there. These are a mix of Alcantara here and a bit of the Napa leather here on the side with the red contrast stitching. As you can see there, these are cool and heated, which is awesome to have, especially here in Florida. And I really appreciate that, the Alcantara here in Florida, because it does get pretty hot, and you can tell this is just burning here. We're about 95 degrees right now, and you can tell just how good this feels when you touch it, even in hot weather. Leather covered steering wheel with also the red stitching. Of course, we got some red stitching here on the dash as well. The carbon fiber, that's part of the packages of this car. A little bit of pedals, parking brake right there, as you can see there, pretty awesome to have. We also got a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel, as you can see there, and that's pretty much it, guys. Let's go ahead and get inside it. So we got the 6-speed manual right there. Let's go ahead and jump in the driver's seat, and here we are in the cockpit of this Challenger Shakedown. You can see, guys, pretty cool interior, basically the same interior as everybody knows already. Shakedown, as I mentioned, right there on the air vent, and of course, really nice the way it is. We got the Alcantara headliner there as well, which is part of this package. We got a place here for your sunglasses, controls here for your lights, as you can see, the rear view mirror, and a mirror right there as well to look at yourself. We got the leather all covered steering wheel here, as you can see, the pretty nice steel interior. I like it. And you can see we got a lot of the basically a lot of carbon fiber trims as well that's finished off in this car as part of the options that it has. Before we go on, let's go ahead and get this Scat back started, because obviously it's pretty warm. We're gonna get some nice cool air with the AC. Let's go ahead and put our clutch and make sure our transmission is in neutral. Go ahead and press the start button. Oops. There we go, guys. Taking out the clutch. Make sure that's down. And before we close the door, let's go ahead and give a little bit of rep to this awesome Hemi V8. Oof. I love the sound of this car. It's so awesome. And there's no way that any electric one or any type of, you know, electrified sound's gonna beat the natural aspirated engine. No way. Let's go ahead, guys, and close the door. So now that we have the door closed and we have a really nice cool AC coming to the cockpit, guys, let's do a quick shakedown literally of this car. And just so, guys, as you can see, this one's got 9,813 miles. The asking price that Ford is asking, Roberto Ford is asking, is basically just under $57,000. The original sticker of this car was basically just above $69,000. I did find it on the internet. I'm going to put it for you guys up on the screen here. So as you can see, guys, pretty much a fully loaded model, lots of packages. And as you can see, we got the technology package, we got the Scat pack, you got also the Shakedown package there as well. So as you can see, guys, a total price of about $69,015 that this original car was asking. So you're saving quite a bit of money if you're gonna get one, which is pretty much still brand new. As you can see, there's no wear and tear on this car at all. Even here, as you can see, they're pretty much intact car, pretty much still a brand new Dodge Challenger. And this is a pretty cool Shakedown edition, if I may say so, especially with a 6-speed Tremec manual transmission. Just a quick overall review of this interior, guys. We got a leather carbon steering wheel perforated with the red stitching, controls here for your adaptive cruise, and all this basically your center screen here. As you can see, they can definitely pretty much kind of just go over through a lot of menus you can do here. Coming here to the basically to the dash area, you can see we got the nice red red stitching here coming along all the dash. We got also carbon fiber trim there, as you can see there. We got the Shakedown badge right there on the AC vent. Passenger side, and we of course got more carbon fiber here in the bottom. We got controls here for your drive modes. A lot of different drive modes you can do. As you can see, guys, here you can do track sport, custom. You can line lock the front, so you can do a burnout. All kinds of things you can do. Launch control, which I'm gonna test today. This is not my car. I'm gonna just, you know, abuse it and use it. Just gonna want to give a quick drive and see how this manual kind of feels. But lots of information, guys, on this screen here. As you can see, we got audio. We have a 9-speaker, if I'm correct, Alpine system in this car. Which sounds really nice as well. We got climate control, as you can see there. As I mentioned, heated and cool seats as well, heated steering wheel. And I'm gonna drop down a little bit further down there. All types of different controls here. As I mentioned, we got your climate controls here there as well. And we also got some climate controls here for your dual zone AC here, as you can see there. Apps, which also you can download. I'm sure this can probably update over the air. Navigation system there as well, which is also touchscreen, as you can see there. And we got the phone. All types of settings you can do, and of course, if you go back to your drive modes, you can kind of put all the different settings you can put there right now on this car. So I'm going to put it actually back to sport, and just kind of leave it there. You're going to see how that feels. I'm not going to do any type of burn. No, it's going to kind of feel how this car drives. But overall, guys, really nice interior. As you can see, guys, heading down, we got the 6-speed manual, cup holders here, and if we open up the center console here, a couple of USB ports, auxiliary, and we also have a 12-volt connection right there. And so we got some of that stitching here with this leather covered center pattern here on your dash. Really nice the way all this feels, as you can see, guys. So pretty cool, guys. Pretty nice the way this one is. Fully much a fully loaded charger, as you can see here. Pretty nice before going into the Hellcats and all the much higher versions of this car. So let's go ahead and put our camera or put our transmission in reverse. You can see, guys, we're gonna have our trajectory lens right there, which the camera, it's not too bad, it's not horrible, but obviously we do have some sensors there as well on this. As you can hear them there, got some pretty nice, there we go, there's sensors right there. So we do have some sensors on this girl. Transmission, it's a little bit notchy at the first, but not too bad overall. Let's go ahead, guys, and head out and see how this Challenger drives here. So I pretty much drive manuals basically every day with my BMW, but get to drive a muscle car in manual, pretty awesome. I know there's probably not a lot of these cars out there. You know, most of them are automatic. It's probably the easiest way to drive these cars, considering the torque. But it's for me, it's more fun to drive the manual, of course. Let's see how this girl drives. To have the windows open just a little bit here so you can hear the car. So all right, let's go ahead and go out and see how this girl drives. Got the windows open just a little bit here to experience it. Seems like a short shift, but it is a little bit notchy. It's a little bit notchy transmission, but it's not horrible. That's turning pretty good though. It feels like a lot of grip with the big tires. So far so good. Liking the way this Challenger feels. I'm gonna go ahead and put the windows up because we do have some bit of a wind noise. So of course, because we slow down a little bit here, let's go ahead and give a little bit of gas here. We got some good power. Obviously it's pretty hot today. We're about 95 for the temperature. It's pretty warm today. It says 90, but the humidity is pretty hot today. But man, this thing does feel good. I mean, just the use of the Challenger, it's a big heavy car, of course, nothing, but the shocks do a good job. Feels pretty flat, and thus the steering is actually pretty direct. It's got a good feeling to it. Transmission, yeah, it's not the easiest to operate. It's got a little bit of a weird, to me, to be honest, got a little bit of a weird kind of, not of a way, but the angle of it's a little bit weird, because sometimes I was close to stalling it a little bit, because it does feel like you're not in gear, but you are in gear, which there's a short shift. It's a short shift, but it's not the easiest to kind of see where this thing is basically in neutral. So you gotta be a little bit careful with this 6-speed manuals ones. But to be honest, I think this 8-speed automatic transmission is actually a pretty good transmission overall. This ones here are not bad, but you know, obviously it's more fun and it's easier to drive if you're gonna get nutty with these cars. But she does have a pretty good short shift though. I head back just a little bit here. There's quite a bit of traffic here, but that noise, that V8 noise is just Oh, such intoxicating noise. Love this car, the way they all drive. Just the V8s are such a good, awesome cars to drive, especially with a manual. Oh, so let me know what you guys think. You know, if anybody's having a manual or driven a manual Challenger, I think it's a pretty fun car. But to be honest, the way these cars are big, you know, I think the automatic to me in this kind of car feels more, I won't say more in confidence, but seems a little bit better suited for it. The manual does, it is fun though, of course. And of course, I got to get stuck between these people here. There's nobody behind, so I'm gonna just kind of hang back a little bit here. We'll go back to the second here. So obviously it's a good cockpit. I love the way the steering wheel feels. Obviously handling, these are not handling cars, but they probably can hold their own. They've got some pretty good, you know, high performance suspension with adaptive shocks, which, you know, seems pretty fun to do. But obviously you don't buy these cars basically, you know, to go out on a track day at a circuit. You go and to go down the straight line, you know. Let's go ahead and gas, a little bit of gas here. Now, please don't curb me off. Oh, you're driving like a granny. I'm still getting used to the transmission, and you know, it seems quite notchy. It's not bad. Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's going, you know, this can become second nature. But this transmission seems a little bit notchier, not as easy to engage as I thought it would be. That's why I'm saying kind of probably out of the manual. Of course, the automatic transmission is more for everybody, but yeah, it is fun though. Once you get a little bit more hang of it and see how this thing just kind of operates and the way it feels. I was gonna get the chance to get the curve a little, but the brakes are fantastic. Oh yeah, this thing stopped on a dime. The 6-piston Brembo calipers are awesome. But let me know what you guys think of this Scat Pack. But let me know what you guys think of this Scat Pack wide body Shakedown edition. And the interior is pretty much about the same to all, just kind of different stitching. For example, the one I did, I forgot the name of it, but the one with the green had the basically green stitching and the green seats. It was pretty cool the way that one was. But this is just a different theme. But yeah, it depends on the theme. I like these cars. They're pretty nice, fun cars, I'll be honest. V8 can't beat the V8 noise. It's just an amazing car in terms of how they feel. You know, the V8 is just such a good, fun car. Let's see if we get the green light here. But in terms of the modulation of the clutch and the gears, they're pretty easy. You got a lot of torque, so it's not easy to stall these cars. But the shifter itself, you can barely feel when this thing's it's not the easiest clutch engagement. But the transmission does have a little bit of a weird angle to me. She drives nice. This is a nice car to drive. Feels good, stable. I got some big 305mm tires. So now we are up a little bit in speed here. Fifth, and of course here at that, I mean, it's a pretty stable car. It is a big car, but it does handle pretty good. The steering is pretty direct. It does feel pretty planted though, I'll be honest. It's got a pretty good, better handling, or better the way it feels than I thought it would be, especially for a heavy car. But these are fun cars to have. I mean, no doubt about it. We got some rain coming along, as you can see, guys, there. Trying to get back, because these are probably not the funnest car to drive in the rain, especially with a manual. Of course, you got to keep the traction control on, unless you're really good at, you know, controlling these cars. And of course, good talent goes a long way. And unfortunately, guys, these cars, you know, as you see, they get the wrong hands, they get wrecked, they're getting stolen. You have to really take care of this car, because it's gonna be to a point where there's gonna be not many left, especially in good condition. I don't know about the manual one being the more interested in getting, you know, speed up or stolen, but then again, this is, you know, a Scat Pack, you know, Challenger, really nice, awesome Scat Pack Challenger. So I don't know, obviously, you know, hopefully some of these cars are kept and, you know, appreciated. I love this type of cars, even though it's not my cup of tea in terms of performance, lightweight, handling wise, but they handle pretty good, and they're fun. I really appreciate what Dodge has done to this cars, and unfortunately, hopefully they'll reconsider later and bring back something like this. But in conclusion, guys, awesome car, love the spec, all blacked out. The transmission, I'll probably enjoy a car like this more in automatic, to be honest with you. You know, it's fun to drive these things, but the transmission itself, I can't even reach the pedals enough to double clutch it. And it's pretty, you have to be really into it and drive it for a while, you get kind of used to all this power and the way the transmission works. It's a good Tremec transmission. It is kind of oddly shaped a little bit, or kind of oddly positioned here. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me. But before we go on, guys, big thank you again to Barto Ford for allowing me some time with this Challenger. I appreciate it to them very much, and trusting me with this high-powered muscle car. But let me know, guys, what you think of this 2023 Challenger, especially with the 6-speed. If anybody's driven it, I'm sure you get used to it once you get some time behind more time behind the wheel. But yeah, right there, for example, if you go in there, it doesn't feel like it's in manual or in neutral, and I did almost stall it. It's kind of interesting to see this car, you know, kind of the way it is. But all right, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it, and hope you guys have a great afternoon. There goes my friend. And all right, guys, once again, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this 2023 Scat Pack Shakedown edition. So let me know which one you guys take, this one here, this Shaker edition, or the Swinger edition, the one with the green with the gold wheels. I would prefer the Swinger edition, to be honest. But thank you for watching, guys. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.